For more than 8 decades, the Meridian Street Bridge over the Puyallup River has served as a portal for cities along the Puget Sound to the semi-rural agricultural community of Puyallup, Washington. More widely known for its engineering qualities and structural significance, the Meridian Street Bridge also occupies a prominent place in the history of inland Pierce County. The city of Puyallup was platted in 1877 by a man named Ezra Meeker, who arrived in the Pacific Northwest from Iowa on the Oregon Trail. Meeker built the foundation of the community that grew into the economic engine of the Puyallup Valley. In 1900, farmers and businessmen created the Valley Fair as a way to showcase the area's booming agricultural and manufacturing industries. Little did they know that this event, now known as the Washington State Fair, would one day become the largest single attraction held annually in Washington and one of the top 10 largest fairs in the United States. The 3,000 attendees of that first fair were a faint indicator as to the venue's potential for attracting crowds. As the fair and automobiles gained in popularity, fair attendance grew to 160,000 by 1923. During this time, state governments across the country began their involvement in highway construction. The Pacific Highway, originally known as Washington's primary state Highway 1, was renumbered and became US 99. The highway was also relocated northwest of the original road to provide a more direct connection with Seattle. With the fair now the Puyallup Valley's biggest attraction, connecting the city to the region's expanding highway system became a priority. A resolution calling for the construction of a new bridge was passed by the Pierce County Board of Commissioners on November 18, 1924. Designed by Maury Morton Caldwell, an engineer with the Union Bridge Company of Seattle, the Meridian Street Bridge is significant for its unusual truss configuration. As a variation from the standard Warren Truss's horizontal topcord, this bridge has a parabolic topcord. This allows for a longer span length than possible with a standard topcord. The parabolic configuration also avoided the need for heavier or additional truss components to reach the entire span length. Its subdivided panels and the addition of longitudinal members at the mid-panel heights in 5 truss panels achieved both strength and economy of steel. Those highly unusual modifications to the original Warren truss appear strikingly similar to the so-called Turner truss, patented by Claude A.P. Turner in 1923. No evidence is known to exist that Caldwell either legally used the patent or perhaps borrowed liberally from it without acknowledging the source. Caldwell's design is nevertheless another variation of a subdivided Warren through truss with its own characteristics unique to this structure. Although it is not actually a Turner truss, the Meridian Street Bridge is significant for its design, which led to the bridge's addition to the National Register of Historic Places. It is the only one of its kind in Washington, and may very well be unique in the United States, if not the world. Construction on the Meridian Street Bridge began in early March 1925 and was opened 6 months later, carrying a lane of traffic in each direction. As traffic increased in the latter third of the 20th century, the Washington State Department of Transportation, or WashDOT, built a new, pre-stressed concrete girder bridge downstream of the Meridian Street Bridge. Plans to extend State Route 167 to its eventual junction with Interstate 5 will require additional lanes to funnel increased traffic into Puyallup and onto the new highway. As a first step in that process, WashDOT moved the Meridian Street Bridge eastward upstream onto a temporary alignment to make way for a new 2-lane bridge for northbound traffic. After successful relocation to a nearby WashDOT property, the 1925 steel truss bridge will be offered to another jurisdiction for repurposing. If a new home cannot be found for this historic bridge, WashDOT will recycle the steel for future use. Regardless of its fate, few bridges have signaled transitions in landscape and history like the Meridian Street Bridge.